Every human feels pressure. Deadlines, fear, failures, insults, unexpected chaos. Most men collapse under it because their mind is like a thin rope, one sharp pull and it snaps. But the samurai, they walked into death every day and never broke. Why? Because they trained their mind the same way a blacksmith tempers steel. With fire, repetition, and pressure itself. This is the forgotten training your modern world never taught you. Today, you will learn how ancient samurai developed a mind that stayed calm in storms, sharp in danger, and unshakable even when facing death. And you will learn how you can build the same mind. Welcome to the discipline that forged warriors who never shattered. Chapter 1. The first lesson: prepare for the worst, expect nothing. When a samurai woke up, the first question he asked was not, "What will go right today?" He asked, "What can go wrong today, and am I ready?" This wasn't negativity. This was armor for the mind. Because the samurai understood a simple truth. The mind breaks under pressure when reality doesn't match expectation. If you expect the day to be perfect, one small insult destroys your stability. If you expect people to be kind, betrayal crushes you. If you expect life to be easy, difficulty overwhelms you. Samurai solved this by doing the opposite. They visualized every possible setback before the day began. This practice is called Ukeireru acceptance. It means accept reality before it arrives. So when pressure came, it didn't crush them. They had already met it in their mind. Chapter 2. The ritual of calmness. Control of breath is control of self. A samurai's #1 rule under pressure: breathe slower than the situation. Because when pressure rises, the body panics. Heart races. Breathing speeds up. Vision narrows. Thoughts scatter. This is the first step toward breaking. So samurai trained the opposite. They learned to slow time with breath. The exercise was simple. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Exhale for 8 seconds. This does 3 things instantly. It lowers the heart rate. It returns control to the mind. It creates space between reaction and action. A samurai believed, if I can control one breath, I can control the entire moment. This is why even in battle, swords flying, arrows dropping, their movements were precise. Their minds didn't scatter. Pressure never hijacked them. Try this today. Every time tension hits, focus on one slow exhale. You'll feel your control returning instantly. Chapter 3. The art of non-reaction. Let nothing touch your inner center. Samurai trained a mental fortress known as Fudōshin, the Immovable Mind. This training taught them, you cannot control the world, but you can control what enters your mind. Pressure destroys most people because they react instantly. To insults, to opinions, to fear, to doubt. The samurai practiced something powerful. The 3-second rule of stillness. When something triggered them, they waited. Just 3 seconds. Why? Because emotion is like a spark. It only becomes fire if you feed it. In those 3 seconds, they asked one question. Does this moment deserve control over me? Most of the time, the answer was no. This is why the samurai looked emotionless, cold, untouchable. It wasn't because they lacked emotions. It was because they refused to be controlled by them. Pressure tried to enter them, but it hit a closed gate. Chapter 4. The training of voluntary discomfort. A modern man waits for pressure to attack him. A samurai walks toward pressure voluntarily. Their logic was simple. Pressure becomes weaker when you expose yourself to it intentionally. So they trained in discomfort on purpose. Meditating under freezing waterfalls. holding uncomfortable positions for hours. Fasting, sleep deprivation, silence training, walking long distances, training barefoot in winter, practicing sword drills until muscles screamed. Why? Because the brain adapts. If you train with small pressures daily, big pressures cannot break you. Modern people avoid discomfort, and that's why they collapse under stress. Samurai embraced it, and that's why pressure became their ally. Chapter 5: The Philosophy of Death. When nothing can be taken from you, nothing can break you. The deepest samurai practice was meditation on death. This sounds dark, but it was enlightenment. Because every pressure you feel today comes from one fear: loss. Loss of reputation, loss of control, loss of comfort, loss of people, loss of status, loss of life. Samurai removed this fear entirely by practicing. Die before you die. Not physically, mentally. They visualized their own death, their family's death, their home burning, their reputation lost, their possessions gone. This wasn't suffering. This was freedom. Because when you accept loss internally, the outside world cannot use it against you. This is why samurai walked into impossible situations calmly. They had already defeated fear within. Pressure had no weapon left. Chapter 6: The Mental Sword. Focus the mind like a blade. The samurai believed the mind is the sword before the sword. Meaning, if your mind is distracted, the sword is useless. If your mind is sharp, the world becomes simple. So they trained Sanshin, the state of total awareness. Sanshin means you are here, fully, undivided, present like a blade ready to cut. When you are in Sanshin, pressure cannot sneak up, fear cannot cloud you, doubt cannot enter, distractions vanish. Every movement becomes intentional. Samurai practiced this during archery, sword drills, tea ceremony, calligraphy, even cleaning their home. Because they understood, if you can stay fully present in small tasks, you will stay unbreakable in big ones. Chapter 7: The Warrior's Internal Voice. Modern men break under pressure because they speak to themselves like victims. I can't handle this. What if I fail? This is too much. A samurai had one rule: never speak weakness into the mind. They recited internal codes each morning. I'm prepared. I move with calm. Nothing can disturb my center. Pressure sharpens me. I am already dead, so I fear nothing. Every challenge is my training. This wasn't positive thinking. It was mental programming, forging the brain into steel. You cannot become unbreakable if your own thoughts are breaking you. Samurai mastered pressure by mastering the voice inside. Chapter 8: The Rule of Single Action. Pressure overwhelms you because you think of everything at once. A samurai follows Ukeireru Samai: one action, one mind. Meaning, when eating, only eat. When training, only train. When walking, only walk. When fighting, only fight. When deciding, only decide. If you split your mind, pressure finds space to enter. Samurai kept the mind singular, pure, clean. When life felt heavy, they didn't think, what about tomorrow? What about the next hour? What about failure? They asked only, what is the next action? This made pressure small, manageable, simple. Chapter 9: The Silence Training. Cut the noise, find the truth. Most people break under pressure not because the situation is too heavy, but because their mind is too loud. Overthinking, fear loops, imagining worst outcomes. reliving past failures. The samurai eliminated this mental noise through seijaku, the discipline of silence. Every samurai had a routine. Sit alone. No movement. No sound. No reaction. Just breathe and observe the mind's chaos. In the beginning, the mind screams. It panics. It resists. But with time, the noise collapses. What remains is clarity. A level of peace modern people never experience. Samurai believed. A loud mind shatters. A silent mind cuts. This silence training allowed them to think clearly even under extreme danger. While other men panicked. They saw options, angles, and strategies. If you want a mind that doesn't break, you must practice silence daily. Even 5 minutes is enough to calm an entire storm. Chapter 10: The Pressure Drill, Spirit over Instinct. Samurai did not avoid high-pressure situations. They stimulated them. One of their most powerful exercises was the 100 sudden strikes drill. A samurai would perform sword swings, while another master suddenly shouted commands. Faster. Stop. Again. Reverse. Left. Forward. The purpose was not physical. The purpose was mental interruption. Because pressure in life comes with interruption. Plans shifting, unexpected events, sudden emotional blasts. The samurai learned. Calmness under interruption is the highest form of control. This drill trained their mind to stay centered, even when the world demanded quick reactions. Today, you can do a modern version. Push-ups until failure. Then answer a question. Then continue. Then stop. Then start. Then shift pace. You are training your mind, not your muscles. And your mind learns the same lesson the samurai learned. Pressure doesn't break me. I stay in control even when things change suddenly. Chapter 11: The Emotion Blade. Cut your feelings, not yourself. A samurai never suppressed emotions. They cut through them. They practiced a technique called Ukeireru, to cut the heart. This meant, when a strong emotion appeared, anger, fear, sadness, frustration, they imagined slicing it in half with a mental blade. It was a cognitive reset. It broke emotional momentum before it took control. Imagine someone insults you. Instead of reacting instantly, you visualize cutting the rising anger. Instant calm. Imagine fear rising in your stomach. Cut it. Instant clarity. The samurai believed. The first cut must always be within. Before they cut an opponent, they cut their own emotional weakness. Try this in daily life. Visualize a clean slice through the emotion. You'll feel power return instantly. Chapter 12: The Observer Mode. See yourself from the outside. Samurai practiced an advanced awareness technique. Ken no me, the eye that watches the self. Under pressure, they imagine stepping outside their own body and observing themselves like a master watching a student. This gave them emotional distance, reduced panic, improved decisions, calm objectivity. When you see yourself from the outside, your emotions lose their grip. For example, you feel overwhelmed. You step outside mentally and observe. He is overwhelmed. He is breathing too fast. He must slow down. This turns panic into instruction. This is one of the greatest samurai secrets. It is how they made rational, strategic choices, even when death was one step away. Modern psychologists call this self-distancing. Samurai mastered it centuries earlier. Chapter 13: The Code of Forgetting. Move on before the mind rots. Pressure doesn't break you. Holding on to pressure does. Samurai knew this, so they practiced. Shikantasia, forget and abandon. They had one rule: never carry today's burden into tomorrow. If they made a mistake, they reflected once, learned the lesson, then cut the mental rope. If someone betrayed them, they processed it, accepted it, and moved on. If a battle went badly, they analyzed it, then cleared it from their mind. Samurai never replayed events. No rumination, no loops, no emotional baggage. Because they understood. A man who carries yesterday is too weak to lift today. Your pressure is not from life. Your pressure is from the weight you refuse to put down. Learn to cut the rope. Chapter 14: The Calm in Chaos Technique. This is one of the rarest samurai mental skills. Known as Mizu no Kokoro, the mind like water. The principle: water is calm unless disturbed. And even when disturbed, it always returns to stillness. Samurai train this through a ritual. Sit in stillness. Bring a stressful thought. Feel the disturbance. Breathe through it. Return the mind to calm. Repeat with stronger thoughts. Soon, the brain learns. No matter the disturbance, I return to clarity. This is how samurai stayed calm, even in chaos, bloodshed, and danger. Pressure hit them, and their mind returned to stillness instantly. You can practice this anytime. When stressed, imagine your mind as water. Let the waves ripple. Then breathe until the water becomes still again. This is one of the strongest mental training tools ever created. Chapter 15: The 7-Day Samurai Reset. If your mind is heavy, stressed, scattered, or unstable, do this 7-day realignment. Day 1: Silence. 10 minutes of pure silence. No talking. No phone. Let the noise inside die. Day 2: Discomfort. Cold shower. Or fasting. Or a long walk. Train voluntary pressure. Day 3: Single focus. Do one task without distraction. For 45 minutes, nothing else exists. Day 4: Emotional cutting. Whenever an emotion rises, cut it with the mental blade. Day 5: Acceptance training. List 5 things that might go wrong tomorrow. Accept them in advance. Day 6: Pressure drill. Work out until your heart is fast, then perform a mental task. Train calm under intensity. Day 7: Cleansing. Write down all stress from the week. Burn it. Release it. Forget it. Do this once every month and you will develop a mind that bends like bamboo, but never breaks. Chapter 16: Applying this in modern life. You don't need armor, a sword, or a battlefield. Modern pressure is different, but the mind is the same. Samurai principles apply perfectly. Deadlines: Ukeireru. Anxiety: breathing control. Arguments: non-reaction. Overthinking: silence training. Unexpected problems: pressure drill. Emotional storms: Ukeireru. Distractions: Sanshin. Setbacks: Shikantasia. The world will never get easier, but your mind can get stronger every day. Chapter 17: The Final Samurai Lesson. A true samurai was unbreakable not because he was fearless, but because he trained his fear. Not because he was emotionless, but because he didn't let emotion command him. Not because he avoided difficulty, but because he walked toward it. Not because he controlled the world, but because he controlled himself. And so the samurai lived by one unshakable truth. The mind is the real battlefield. If you win there first, no pressure in the world can defeat you. Pressure will come again. Challenges will rise again. Life will test you again. But now, you are no longer the same. You carry the discipline of silence. the calm of breath, the sharpness of awareness, the courage of acceptance, and the unbreakable spirit of the samurai. Remember this. Strength is not built in the easy moments. It is forged in the moments that try to break you. So when the world becomes heavy, when your mind begins to shake, when life pushes you toward collapse, stand still, breathe slow, return to your center, and remind yourself, I have trained for this. You are walking the same path that shaped warriors of steel, not to fight battles outside, but to conquer the war within. And if you stay on this path, your mind will not bend, your spirit will not crack, and your discipline will become unshakable. This is the way of the samurai. And now, it is your way too.